Hey, this is Mariela from the Functional Company. All right, I've got today a Mayo taste test and label evaluation. And I think Mayo is one of those things that's pretty polarizing. It's almost kind of like you're on one side of the coin or the other, kind of like Democrat and Republican or something. You either love Mayo or you just don't like it at all. And so if you're watching this, you probably like Mayo, so here we go, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do, I have two from the same company and then I've got one from a different company. This one's Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise. I think most people who've ever had Mayo have probably tried this one or something very similar to this. So I'm not going to actually taste it, but I'm just going to go over the ingredients and the label. So in this one, we've got the serving size is 1 tablespoon. So for 1 tablespoon, we get 10 grams of fat. I like that. 0 carbs and 0 protein. So you can tell that Mayo is very keto friendly, right? If you're trying to have fats in your diet, you know, mayonnaise is great because it has eggs in there, which is really good, egg yolks, etc. So it's got some kind of an oil, and that's kind of the determining factor with mayos is the oil that's used, all right? So here, with the ingredients, the first ingredient here is soybean oil. So it's pretty much a flunk because soybean oil, first of all, is it's the way that it's processed. It's basically, usually it has a lot of detergents and deodorants. It's processed in a way that damages the oil. So when we consume it, it's very toxic for the body, right? So now if maybe if you have this every once in a while, etc., then it might not be that big of a deal. But if you're having this on a daily basis, like you really like Mayo, and you're having this very frequently, you're consuming too much damaged rancid oil in the form of soybean oil. So that would be probably the main flunk here, or the main reason why this isn't the best Mayo to use. But let's just continue with these ingredients. So the next thing we have here is water, then whole eggs and egg yolks, fine, distilled vinegar, okay, salt, sugar, but you know, I understand, and then lemon juice concentrate and calcium disodium EDTA, and then natural flavors, right? So we know it doesn't have that much sugar because it doesn't even have 1 gram of carbs, but it still has sugar, right? So the thing here is that with natural flavors, you're like, what are these natural flavors? What are they derived from, right? Because one of the things that we know is some of them are not actually natural, but they were natural at some point and then they got completely changed in a lab. And so these things aren't actually natural flavors anymore. So overall, I'd say it's great because it doesn't have carbs. It's got a nice amount of fat, but you've got soybean oil, which is going to be rancid typically by the way that it's processed. So it's going to be very inflammatory for the body, and it's not something we want to be consuming daily. Now we've got these. These come from Primal Kitchen. And so this is a fantastic brand of ingredients where they actually really take care of the oils and the fats, and they do believe in having fats in the diet. So we've got two flavors here. We've got one that just says Mayo, and it's just with avocado oil, just basic real Mayo. This one is Chipotle Lime Mayo, all right? So let's go through the ingredients. This one has, well, let's see the nutrition facts. 1 tablespoon is the serving size. And then let's see, where's the fat? Total fat, 12 grams. 12 grams of fat per 1 tablespoon. So a little bit more fat than this kind of Mayo. And then carbs 0 and protein 0. All right, great, so it's basically fat here. Let's look at the ingredients. First ingredient, avocado oil. All right, so that's kind of the biggest difference with Mayos. You'll probably see some with olive oil, some with avocado oil, and some with soybean oil or canola oil. So we want to stay away from soybean oil and canola oil and kind of lean into these avocado oil, olive oil. And if you know how to make Mayo at home, that's probably the best. I mean, the ones that my sister makes at home, she just is very fast at making it and she loves that. It's homemade Mayo, it's the best. So here we've got avocado oil, which is great. Then we've got organic eggs. Love the fact that they're organic. Organic egg yolks. Organic vinegar. Sea salt, different than just salt, which is going to be more table salt, which, you know, again, is not the best because it might have microplastics and aluminum and different things, and it doesn't have all the minerals in that kind of a salt. So this one has sea salt, which is much better. And then we've got organic rosemary extract. Interesting, right? Just like a little bit of rosemary extract to just kind of add to the flavor there. All right, so then on this one, let's see what the ingredients say. So the fat here is 11 grams instead of 12. This one had 12, 11, and then 10. And it's the same thing, right? So 1 tablespoon and no carbs and no protein. All right, so total fat. And then here we go, ingredients. Avocado oil, organic eggs, organic egg yolks, same as this, organic vinegar, water, sea salt. Now this one's got lime juice concentrate, chipotle powder, lime granules, organic garlic powder, and organic rosemary extract. So it's got a few more ingredients for the flavoring, but they're all organic. Looks like almost all of them are organic. And yeah, overall it seems like a much better brand in terms of quality of ingredients, right? So now we're just gonna taste this. And again, taste is subjective, right? So I just encourage you to just try them and then see what you think. So, but in terms of ingredients, these are definitely a pass. So this is, so I'm just gonna put a little bit here so I don't double dip. Okay, so now I've got 2 things in here. All right, so I'm gonna try this chipotle one first. Oh, yeah, if you like chipotle, yeah, it's got a nice flavor to it. If you like chipotle, I think you'll like that one. And then this one is just a regular mayo. Let's see if I can taste the rosemary. It's almost like I feel like a little bit of lime, but maybe that's just left over in my palate. It's like a little tangy. I guess all mayo is a little tangy, right? That way? Yeah, I like both of them actually. So that's my personal opinion, right? In terms of the flavor, I always encourage people to try it. But in terms of the label testing, well, I'm not gonna put those back. So in terms of label testing or label evaluation, these are a definite pass because they're using avocado oil. Sometimes olive oil can also be used in these. Just depends on the things that you like. And this one is almost the OG, right? The original mayo that people would use, or one of the original ones. But the ingredients are not the best because you're going to be consuming too many of these inflammatory fats, right? Like soybean oil, canola oil, etc. And the salt is also a much lower quality than the salt that's used here. More organic ingredients here, no organic ingredients here. So overall, we're kind of wanting to lean on this side. So mayo is one of those things that you kind of want to just try to make a switch. If you really like mayo, try to make a switch to something with avocado oil, maybe olive oil, or make it at home. Make sure you have sea salt, organic ingredients. All those things are just gonna be better so you can just enjoy the goodness of mayo. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. That's all for this time around. I'll see you on the flip side.